Gentlemen, welcome to day number 2 here at the CoD Championship presented by Xbox. The Double M is about to get underway, and what a match to kick things off. I'm, of course, BioAcid, joined by Gandhi. And Gandhi, who are we going to see?
We got EnVyUs versus Strictly Business, man. I didn't expect these matches to go this way. I mean, everyone kind of knew, like, the randomized bracket, like, anything can happen. Yeah. But now we're sitting here, and it's like, what is this? I mean, EnVyUs versus Strictly Business, these teams met up in the semifinals of the U.S. Finals. It went to Game 5. Envy actually was up 2-1, and then they kind of just, fell a little bit short. So this is a huge match, but literally, like, no one in a million years would ever have thought TK would be taking on Optic Gaming round 1. Oh. No one in their right mind. Like, Optic fans, there's no way. And even the conspiracy theorists, right? No way.
The Illuminati.
Yeah. No way would that happen. This is
definitely
going to be wild. Absolutely wild.
Of course, this is going to be a best-of-5 series between these guys. And we are going to see, of course, domination, S&D blitz, as you always do in the same fashion. It's on Strike Zone to kick things off. And, a domination on Strike Zone is sort of like Freight, in my opinion. So much action, so much close-quarter match. And you're seeing your screens right now where those flags are located. And, it's one of those things. Bar will be a massive play that a lot of things will be going down at. And also, at the same time, if a spawn trap happens at any time with these teams, you're going to see a lot of dead bodies.
Well, this is a really good matchup here for Strictly Business, as well as EnVyUs on the same side as well, though. But when you look at this team as a breakdown, right?
Yep.
I mean, Strictly Business is a team who reinvented all of the CoD meta, right? They run for subs. They all run steady aim. They love forcing the gunfights. Whereas Envy, they do have traditional ARs on their team. So they're going to be getting a little bit out of their comfort zone and going into Strike Zone Dom. I'm going to give a little bit of a heavy favorite here in Strictly Business, but I think anything that can happen will happen, as this is the Call of Duty World Championship presented by Xbox, right? I mean, that's just how it works. But I honestly believe that Strictly Business is going to come out on top in this Game 1. But the player to watch here, everyone knows it. It's not Studdy. It's Rambo.
Okay.
Rambo really needs to pull his stuff together.
I've seen a few games already from the EnVyUs squad, and obviously I was very pumped when I saw the immunity squad from Australia beat them in pool play.
Yeah, you were doing cartwheels outside, but
even like EnVyUs were thinking, okay, what just happened, guys? So these guys obviously they're thinking, okay, guys, let's just turn this up right now because this is the time to do it. Double LM. Game number 2 though will of course be that S&D, and it's going to be on a Warhawk, and I sort of enjoy Warhawk as well.
Yeah, Warhawk, we've seen a lot of change in North American play, and, I was talking with Rel about it, and he was like, everyone always goes B, everywhere else, but American teams kind of favor A just because they love, I mean, you've already watched it this weekend, they love forcing the gunfights, man, they love it.
It's insane. You usually see a player push up that alley with a sniper, watching towards that back porch area, trying to pick off a clean little kill. But, Australian teams, we do sort of favour the B-bomb side a bit more. Same with the EU squad, but, NA, it's just that A area that they seem to really want to push down to. So in the S&D side of things for Warhawk, who are you sort of feeling there?
Well, obviously, you got to love EnVyUs as a search and destroy team.
Yep.
I mean, as though, although I'm putting a lot of pressure on Rambo here, he's definitely going to be the one calling all the shots. I really like EnVyUs going into this match. They bring a mean A push, and what they do is they like to send 4 guys there, and they do fast. No one runs any tacticals, and they just try to push right through American and get that first blood and get that bomb down. And as we both know, get the bomb down.
Yeah, that's what a lot of teams I've seen struggle with. They're just aggressiveness, and on their own attacking side, they're not getting that bomb down quick enough. That's sort of where they start second-guessing themselves, I guess, and they get picked off and they lose that round. Yeah. Of course, it will then be Blitz coming up after that, and it will also as well be on Warhawk as well. So, a bit of Warhawk action these teams.
Yeah, a lot of Warhawk. I think both teams kind of wanted to stay away from Sovereign just a little bit. I think EnVyUs looked at it and they said, we don't want to go there versus SB. It's not worth it. But Blitz on Warhawk, so many teams run so many different looks, and you never know what team's going to show up. You have no idea what team's actually going to show up. Like, Envy is notorious. Merc, when he's attacking the diner side, he gets the first cap every single time, and no one has figured out why. It's a collective from their entire team, but that is just one cap. I mean, Blitz is a lot, but ladies and gentlemen, game number 1, the lobby is up. It is Strike Zone Domination. Bio, I've done all my predictions here. Let me hear you. Strike Zone Dom. Who are you favoriting?
Strike Zone Domination. I actually want to go with EnVyUs on this one.
Really?
I just feel the aggressiveness that I saw these guys play game number 1 in their pool play, and they were going off. I believe it was Theory at the time. 49-13.
Yeah.
So I've sort of felt that, and I sort of thought, wow, sort of thing. Well, baby, what can they do?
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
It's a good point. I mean, I think it's going to come down to a lot of how Saints is feeling today and getting everything kind of just ironed out, but. I think I'm going to start off with the U.S. finalists here and just jump straight on board with the members of Strictly Business. I think it would be doing them a disservice to not. And who do you want to pick? Who do you want to start off with? Give me one of the 4.
Okay, one of the 4 from Strictly Business. Let's go Dito.
Really?
Yeah.
Always an impressive guy to watch. Dito, everyone for so long kind of thought he was just kind of tied to Fizzerp's leg, and everyone's like, oh, is he ever going to leave that guy? And, he did, and now, he won an event. U.S. Finals, very, very prestigious.
So it looks like these guys are going for that split up. They're going to send 2 up towards that mid area, and Dito by himself here at A. Lonely little himself, but he will get that flag capture. And, of course, now it's going to be a push for B. Now, the first team usually get inside there and hold that B flag down for a little bit. And also an outside flag. Will Matt inside the kitchen. Trade-off there. Dito comes in to pick up Study as he just lies waiting for a player to come out now here as well. 2 players pushing in, though, here at B. These guys should be able to grab it quickly back off him.
Yeah, and notice how you look at the minimap here. I mean, Envy very slow to get into B. When you get that C spawn, you have to either decide really quickly, do you want to push through Pro Shop, or do you want to push and go into Closet into B? And really, the best route is to go Closet into B. And Dito's doing an excellent job already. Yet to die, as I said, that he's going to be taken out.
Poor Dito, that happens. We're on board now with Sensor. Nice knife there in the air on Rambo as he comes flying on through. He's going to try and back down here at A. The area has been neutralized, though. So these guys only own 1 flag apiece. Nades are coming on through as well. As you just see him now trying to stay alive as he tries to capture that. 2 players getting dropped by Rambo and Nameless picking up Sensor and Saints there as both teams are pushing very hard here at the A flag. Still get to be taken by anyone.
Yeah, and I mean, right now, that home flag neutralized. So, I mean, EnVyUs not in a bad spot. They're only down by 1 cap. Merc hasn't decided what he wants to do. He's been in the courtyard for a while, which, his main job is to make sure they don't get this home flag, but they're still at B. So you would like to see them kind of, rotate and do something. Yeah,
Merc in that 1-in-3 situation, like you said, he needs to get a few more kills. Study, the only one up here for a moment from the EnVyUs squad. The rest of the boys coming off that respawn as well. Study then getting dropped. Curse of the Caster comes into play.
It always happens, man.
It really does.
And look at this. Everyone I'm going to is down.
Everyone's just getting dropped. What are you doing, Gandhi, to them? These boys need to try and get some kills. Here they go now. Oh, can't get the 2-piece. Apathy getting taken out by Rambo after he picked up Study. Right now, it's still that A flag yet to be taken once again. The boys from SB did have it at the start, but since then, it's just been neutral.
Yeah, and Envy is finally able to grab that here, and we're seeing a Strictly Business. I mean, Sensor, you would love to see him rotate down and hop on A with his teammate, but he's really just trying to hold down on the cutoffs here. And Envy, notice how they've not moved out of B at all. They're just kind of just hanging out there as they rotate back to the flag. I like the play.
Here's one of the things I've actually noticed at the moment. This is the first time SB is actually coming down towards the C area and trying to cap it. And this has held the C flag the whole time, almost for the first quarter of this match. And you usually don't see that, especially on Strikes and Domination, because the flags are so close together. You can get there quickly. Saints, big 2-piece there on Study and Rambo as they push on down. Merc now trying to get set up here with the EnVyUs squad as they try and capture the A flag. 2 players on it, and they should be able to grab it out. No, they can't. Sensor and Dino coming on through. Is the A flag still neutralized?
Yeah, it is, man. It is just back and forth, back and forth. 3-point differential here as we take a look. Jumping on board with Nameless. Does have a guy pushing right through the pro shop. He should be able to clean him up very easily. Good play. And notice his rotation here, right? He knew that they were going to do that. Even though he was killed, it was still the right play because he just wanted to cut off that courtyard.
Look at that scoreline right now. 41-39. It's a 2-point game between these two teams, and it's so close. But EnVyUs, who I did tip, are currently in the lead here in the first half.
Oh, you're going to slide that in there,
I will indeed.
How dare you.
Apathy, though. Let's jump on board with him from that SB side of things. On a 3-point streak, 9-6. There goes 10-6 now with the 2 captures as well. As these guys are inside of B, they're not capturing it, though. They only have the A flag. I really need to see these guys get on a second flag, and just like that, they do at B.
It's kind of I'm kind of interested in the fact that Apathy's not running a red dot on that vector. I mean, with the red dot, it increases the range so much, especially on land, and a lot of people don't take that into consideration. But again, it all comes down to preference.
Advantages.
It really comes down to preference. Yep. But at some point, you got to say, maybe I should try this because the vector is really good with the red dot.
Oh, I have to agree, but I am more of a grip and a muzzle brake kind of guy
yep.
when it comes down to any SG in general. You'll see the Apathy inside of B right now, trying to hold it down. While the rest of the players look at EnVyUs all swarming him right now as he tries to swing around the back end side in the closet. There, a few players coming on.
He's got another one. Oh, he's got this one. The guy he's playing whack-a-mole, and his teammate was able to clean him up, and they are able to.
Dito.
Yeah. I mean, SB, they started off a little bit rough, but I mean, EnVyUs, if you look at this mini-map, man, they can't decide if they want to go C or A. They're running through Pro Shop. I mean, who is this right here? It's Study. Study just now deciding, like, I guess I'll rotate back to C. Misses the foot just by a little bit, and now he challenges, and he's able to win it.
And because of that, Apathy enabling to make the C flag neutralise, which means just for a short time there, EnVyUs aren't actually getting any points at all, and it is going to be SB at the end of the half, taking out this first half. And look at the scoreline, though. Still very, very close indeed. 10 seconds left, as these guys still trail for a few more kills. And it seems that in the B flag, what's getting lost there for a moment, these guys, once again, only holding that A flag. So the flag situation sort of ended up at the same hands that it did at the start of the match for the first half there. 79-66. Of course, SB in that lead, but I'm still feeling EnVyUs, I just have to say.
I mean, assuming I'm half decent at math, I think that's a 13-point lead.
It is indeed.
I hate the math part, man. It is, yeah. It's so bad. So 13-point lead here for SB going into side number 2. Really, not only I always hate saying it, but it's like they won the big gun battles, which it's like, oh yeah, thanks, but when it strikes them down, I mean, you're forcing all these confrontations, and if you look at it, I mean, SB forces so many gunfights, and you have to adapt to it. But the one thing you do when you're upping this pace is you got to hit those rotations well, and EnVy was just a little bit slow.
I have to agree. SB were heading around to every single flag point they needed to at the right moments and the right times. And the gun battles, like you said, are a big factor, and they were just coming off with a better exchange out of them all. So it will be interesting to see what happens in the second half. I think the A flag, that was the longest I've ever seen a flag stay neutral.
Yeah,
ever in the domination strike zone.
That's just a heads-up spot. I mean, when you're in that spot and you have B, you don't have A, do you hold B and just kind of play passive, or do you push out, try to go to C? I think they just were kind of trying to feel it out, which I agree with. It's always one of those things where you don't plan for it. You never plan to just lose your home flag off the break and have it neutral. And
obviously at the same time, the C flag, which was the home flag there for EnVyUs, I didn't actually see that get taken until about 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes into that first half as well. So SB weren't really that worried about it for a little while there until they finally decided, okay, let's start making a play here for C. Let's start making these guys come back to their home flag and try and keep them away from that A and B area.
Oh, for sure.
It was great to see first half, but a 13-point lead to SB right now. It's really not that much when it comes to the domination, especially on a map like Strike Zone. And, just to compare, Freight is the same thing. As soon as you come off a respawn, you can usually get a nade off to the areas you need to. So that they are changing. That's why you see trophy systems being used.
Oh, for sure. Yep. Yeah, the trophies, I mean, SB normally runs them off the break, but after that, they don't even look at them because they just think it slows them down. But the one thing I want to note here is that, the members of EnVyUs did have C flag, right? So when you initially start off with C flag, you're basically set up with two options. Do we push into B or do we go through Pro Shop? Now, if you go through Pro Shop, which is basically going to be to the left of C, it's about a 15-second route to get to A. So it's a very ballsy call, but you have to do it with your teammates.
Oh, yeah, indeed, because obviously you're bottlenecking yourself just at that doorway, and that's the worst thing you can really do at any point. Because anyone can just come in with a nice little SMG or perhaps even an AR. You wouldn't really see it on a map like Strike Zone.
No ARs
SMG, and these guys can just take them out. So if you ever see a team with an AR, you sort of think to yourself, what are these guys doing in this Strike Zone? It's a very close quarter map up. But these guys obviously getting set for the second half right now. We started off with Dido from SB last time. Should we give Envy a bit of a watch for the first part?
Yeah, this is what I wanted to point out real quick as I go through the members of SB, right? Only Sensor, who's going to be the objective player, has any kind of tacticals. Everyone else, very light, just running and gunning. And on the other side, you see them not as light. So, SB is going to be covering more and more ground. And that's something that could add up at the end of the day.
And it's also only Rambo with a trophy system as well from the EnVyUs squad. The rest, you just see they're nameless. He is trying to pick up that kill. And that's the issue there. Not really much but Dita could do as he comes on out, one up and high on bridge. That Sensor picks up Merc. 3 players down here within the first 15 seconds. Rambo not sure what he can do. Man. There he goes as well. 4 players for a moment as they push down towards that home flag.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a fan of Saints, you filthy monster. Don't you do it. I mean, Saints, this is a guy who, when I kind of got into the scene, I looked at him and I was like, you are an emotional head case, right? And he's got his happy place, which is really weird, and it's a crappy Happy Gilmore reference, but he's just a monster when he's happy, and he's feeling the rhythm. He's 6-1, make that 7-1, and it just keeps on climbing.
Saints are currently heading down towards this C flag area, and he is looking to cause a fair bit more damage to this EnVyUs squad. Obviously, right now, though, they do only have, or to try and look at it, they were inside a B trying to hold that one down as well. They do cap it, but they are about to lose it at the exact same time. So they're going to push on through. Saints is now going to put himself in through.
Wow.
It now. One shot's go out. Picks up one. Gets concussed.
Oh, if he gets this, man, I'm going to freak out. There's no way. You don't do this. You're not allowed to do it.
You're not allowed after that many shots hitting the hip fire. Trying to pick up the kill. Dido now getting dropped on the player in front. It's Study and Merc down there. Saints picks up one. Sensor on Study as well. As these guys looking to take A, and you'll see Saints here not actually helping with the A capture, more trying to protect any players coming that way.
Oh, this is such a big play by the members of SB. So they rotated Dito and Apathy back to C because they knew that they were going to trap them in B, and they were like, oh, I know EnVyUs is going to come out of closet, and they just cut him off. And now all 4 members of EnVyUs getting ready to make a move on the A flag, but they are going to be met here, and he's going to be taken out all up to Rambo. Rambo pushing down steps, and he gets one. Can he make another?
Saints finally getting taken out there by Rambo. Got the 2-piece in the D, and he picked up with Sensor afterwards. Saints was actually on an 8-point streak there for a little while. We're here with the Sensor man. He's 7-3, 2 caps to his name. If you look at that, you know, it's 4 caps in total for both teams, but it's really Sensor who's doing a little bit more capture work there.
Yeah.
Saints right now trying to keep these guys away here from A. They currently have the AC combination. They're trying to get a spawn trap happening, and a nice little impact there from Study on Saints as he takes him down.
And as dominant as SB has been, it's only a 7-point differential here. They still have control of C. No member of Envy is able to push in yet, and I think it is going to be Study who's on it, as Nameless is going to be taken out. He has to win this battle, and he's right in front of him, and he loses it, and now we're going to hop on board with Merc, who's triple negative, not what you want to see out of Merc. Merc's kind of been in this, kind of funk this weekend. I think it's just, miscommunications with his team.
Yeah, you know, Nameless right now. Let's see if he actually turns some things up a little bit. And he's on 7-8. Obviously, only dropping that -1. There's 4 down here for a moment, though, from the EnVyUs squad, SB. Currently now getting stuck in here at C. But there you see Dieter come off that respawn straight away, picking up Nameless away.
Sweet baby Jesus. Sweet baby Jesus. Quadruple positive for Saints.
Wow. He's
16-4. On a map like Strike Zone, if you go positive, 6, you're doing awesome. He is playing lights out. This is, everyone knows, Saturday's kind of the day of proving yourself, and then Sunday's the day to cement your legacy. This is looking amazing for Saints.
It is indeed, and Saints really setting that benchmark. Obviously, also running objectives as well. The only player yet to get a cap is Apathy from the SB team, and still Saints on a 1 to the left. Didn't see him there inside a kitchen. Shots though coming out here from Sensor.
He has to win that battle.
Study, nice little jump around at the back there to shut him down. Dito though to clean up the kill. And the scoreline, 64-51. So still very close here in the second half, but it is, of course, going to be the SB squad still with that lead.
Yep, so keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, the first half of Dom we saw as SB won by 13 points. Envy really has to get moving. They have to basically force a trip cap here very soon. Merc waits for it, and he's going to be taken out. That is not what you want to see. Jumping on board with Study here, him and Nameless working in a tandem, pushing in the bar.
Just like you said from the first half, these guys really are winning their gun battles, and they're cleaning up.
Dude,
it's
I know,
all on their side of things. You only ever see
down.
every now and again. That's the second time I've seen 4 down right now in this half alone. Bang into the SB squad, picking up all these EnVyUs players as they're spawning down at C. You can just see SB just sitting up on these C stairs now. One player there was just Apathy getting taken out by Rambo. Merc comes up. Merc's nice little 2-piece as well. He's trying to switch things into gear. He's on 6-14 though. Only one person actually breaking even, who is Rambo, 13-13. The rest dropping minuses.
Yep, and that's going to be all she wrote.
Yeah.
SB takes game number 1 as the clock is going to go ahead and wind down. We're going to stay on board with Saints to finish this one off here to see what he can do. But like I said, Envy is a team who's kind of not slow, but they're kind of more methodical in their approach. The members of SB, as you guys can kind of tell, yes, there is a method to their madness. There is a hidden rhythm to it, but it's so fast, right? Your Australian teams, Immunity you probably thought was fast.
T1 aggressiveness, Immunity as well,
This is fast.
Extreme.
You're looking at no tacticals, no nothing, just steady aim and gunning. That is what you want to see.
I definitely haven't seen a team from our region, use no tacticals to their advantage. Trophies, only one player with a trophy there, obviously, at the start. But you were right. SB taking up game number 1. Domination on Frey, but it's not over yet, obviously. Up to 4 more game types and maps can be played. And the next one, of course, is S&D on Warhawk. I'm hoping, like you said, EnVyUs with their lots of S&D knowledge and skill can come out and tie the series up 1 apiece.
Yeah, I think the big thing here for EnVyUs going into the side 2 is, 1, pick it up,
Yeah,
right? Like, just
definitely.
get your head up high. Someone's got to come up. I mean, this is studies. It's his first world champ. Like, that's it. Like, we get it. You're 18. You got to show up, buddy. Like, you got to come big. But, it really comes down to different strategies. They need to realize their weakness, right? They're not going to win all the gunfights. You have to put it in a situation where you get that first break. You get in, you do a nice bait and switch. And, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, Search and Destroy Warhawk. Stay tuned.